Alright, so ask me a question.
Why the fuck are we doing this exactly?
Because I want to.
Okay.
What's your favorite biscuit? All the cat prints can be seen. Alright, what's your favorite biscuit?
Cornbread.
From the UK.
Oh. I'd say those chocolate caramel ones that we got.
Caramel. It's not caramel.
I'll say what the fuck I want.
And I'll say you're wrong. Now ask me a question. What do I think about my husband being a YouTuber? Good question.
Yeah, there you go.
Good question. Answer is, I always knew he was never gonna be shit.
Fucking dick. Why don't you just turn it around on you?
Because I don't want to. Well, he's always been a YouTuber.
Always been a YouTuber.
You have. You really have. Because you did. Okay, and see, this is what you don't even tell people either. You actually had videos before you even did the beer videos because you had pepper videos.
Actually, folks would actually watch or listen to the podcast with Dominic Barstow. Or they can go to thatautisticKid.com. The world according to the autisticKid.com for his podcast, and they can actually hear those were my first videos on YouTube. There's only like 4 or 5.
The pepper
Expecting
videos?
them to go viral, and of course they didn't. And the only reason why I did that was because watching people like Ted Barris, the fire and breathing idiot.
I remember when I had to hear about Ted Barris constantly.
T Mutter, all kinds of folks.
And when we went to Myrtle Beach, just so you could get pepper plants.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I only had like 5 or 6 videos.
But still,
odds.
Those were videos that were before your beer videos.
Yeah, and that was actually like 2 or 3 years before the beer videos, to be honest with you.
Yes, I know. I recorded half of them.
Those weren't very bright videos at all. In idea, execution, or the amount of light source that we had.
Yeah, it was
Trifecta.
It was really, really bad. One thing that you think that your subscribers don't know about you.
I'm well entitled to Dick's headband. I come across as really, really, for the most part, kind of chill, but I'm not at all.
Yeah.
I've got so many goddamn anxiety that it's not even funny. Like, we've been in Walmart before, and she can verify this. We've been in Walmart before, and I've had to go sit in the car with us because there's so many people. Like, that's how fucking anxious I get sometimes. I've had panic attacks out of fucking nowhere, just watching TV, and just watching, not even watching sports, just watching like cartoons with the kids. I've had panic attacks come on where I've had to take my shirt off, my back be rubbed, and basically either...
Who been rubbing your back if I ain't there?
Huh?
Who been rubbing your back if I ain't there?
It was just you, jackass.
Okay, go ahead.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Good. Alright, good.
And you wonder why I have anxiety. No, and either take it, basically wait until it passes and just about hyperventilate until it passes, or take a fucking Klonopin when the sister-in-law lived next door.
Hey, do you want to let's go to the post office before?
Yes.
Okay.
Go to the post office.
Alright, so that's what you want them to know? Alright, my turn. Ask me a question. What do I do for a living? That's a good question.
How do you interview your wife? That's the question.
So I run payroll and time for a construction company.
You're selling yourself short because you're also taking track vehicles.
I do a lot.
You do billing.
I do billing.
You do tickets.
Yeah, I do
for locates
ticket
and stuff
locates.
like that.
I do that. Yeah, I do that too. but I work for a small construction company, and I do some of, well, a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I do billing, I do filing, I do time, I do payroll, I track, I keep up with equipment, and do locate notices, which means that I call in tickets to mark the grounds in which we're about to excavate on. Very good question, Ellen. Next question for you. What were your past jobs?
Oh, Jesus Christ. You had that.
Well, okay, what was your last job? Since I just told you about my locate notices, what was your last job?
I'll say, if you want a history of my job.
Well, I mean, it kind of led into each other. Your last job, it kind of led into how I finished off. So what was your last job?
A little bit of everything. My last job before I started doing YouTube because the ear infection was
Utility
underground utility locator. And I located in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. And if anybody wants to grab a map and take a look on Mount Pleasant, take a look between Highway 17.
But you have to be really rich to live there.
Ranger Road, or Rifle Range Road, or no, it's Ranger?
Rifle Range Road.
Yeah, Rifle Range Road, that's what I thought it was. Rifle Range Road, all the way down to Cosgrove and Mathis Ferry. That whole area is what I located.
And see, what he's trying to explain is that his job, besides the areas, what he did was he located underground utilities for companies like mine that excavate on the properties.
Yes, and I've located AT&T, Comcast, Spectrum, water lines for any water that was relevant out there, electrical for Berkeley Electric, Cooperative. So anything that was underground, I had to take and go locate it. Now the gas lines was done by another company called UtiliQuest, but that's what I did. But it's the only job that if I was to take and go back to working again, like a regular 9-to-5 job, it's the job I would take. I'd call my old boss up, like, hey, need help? Because I enjoyed it so much. There's a lot more responsibility. There's a lot more headache in certain aspects of it, because there's days I come home and I'd start at 8 o'clock in the morning, but I'd be out in the house before 7, get to the first job site, wait till 8 o'clock, but already have all my stuff ready, and I'd work till 6:30, sometimes 7 o'clock, whenever there's daylight, just because all the tickets that I
went out of state sometimes.
Yeah,
and
out of state, taking help people to help the branches in other states for weekends and stuff like that, taking light and load a little bit.
Okay, nobody needs a 20-hour answer.
Anyways, yeah, so utility location, underground utility locator.
Okay, question for me.
So, when are you going to start your business?
Well, I've already got stuff to start the business. I just don't have enough time to get everything that I need to together. As slowly as I'm working on it, I'm working on it. And what it is it's a shirt and like specialty business where, like, say you want puzzles with pictures of family or loved ones or pets or anything like that. It would be puzzles, pillows, blankets, t-shirts and stuff like that. And eventually I'm going to come up with a line, and it's going to be the Eclectic Beard line. So I will be taking over your merchandise line.
Yep.
And it will all be done in-house from us.
Yeah. Whereas right now, I think the t-shirts on the website are like $19, $20, I think, or 18 to 20.
Yes, it cuts.
Or 18 to 20 euros.
It cuts the cost some, so that way it's not as expensive.
And we'll be able to take and get a wholesaler's license and take and get shirts like $2 a fucking shirt. So that way we can sell them for like 10 or 12.
So they'll be a lot better priced, and they come from us instead of a second party.
Yeah. Which would be nice.
Yeah. So eventually, that is the plan. as of right now, it's a work in progress because I've got the sublimation stuff and stuff like that. I've just got to find time to actually be able to do it. Yeah. All right. Your question. Where do you see your channel going in 5 years?
5 years. Well, in 5 years from now, hell, later this year, I plan on the channel being not so radical yet, but it's going to be, I'm going to change the way I do the content. So in 5 years, channel will probably look radically different. It'll be doing reactions in a way that I want people like you're watching a TV show. So it'll be a reaction, but at the same point in time, I want to take and add stuff to it to where it's like watching, basically like you're watching a TV show almost like. So.
All right, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to ask this, and I know I just asked the question, but I'm going to ask this question. Okay, now I'm only asking this because I seen this in Discord the other day. Who's Alan?
The Eclectic Beard.
Yeah.
At this point in time, to be honest with you, I'm called EB so much, or the Eclectic Beard, that you're not seeing anything really different on screen than how I am all fucking screen.
But it's funny because I saw somebody say, "Who's Alan?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I mean, you're mostly called either EB or Eclectic Beard." So a lot of people don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people who will call you Alan, who know you as Alan, but some do not. So I figured that was a good question.
To finish in 5 years, I see the channel taking it being a lot bigger than what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Not only sub-wise, but also in the way I produce content. Like I said, I want it to be like a TV show. I want it to have a lot better production than what it has right now. And yeah, so like I said, even later this year, you're going to start noticing some changes.
And just in case y'all don't know, this is actually the area that takes us to the post office and where we pick everything up.
It's funny because
I actually work down there.
Which we can show them where you work.
I don't want to go by work. I was off today.
It's funny because a lot of folks don't, and I think even a lot of reactors don't realize this. I think, and I said it, and I asked, when I asked Squirrel, do you think things are going to have to take and change the way reactions are done in the next 6 to 12 months? He said no. And I shared something, and it was actually in the creator studio, that's going to make it more difficult for us to take and actually do reactions. So,
all right.
Yeah, let me.
Well, I'm going to pause.
Oh, you're going to video going into?
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, yeah, when I asked Squirrel about do you think things are going to change too much for reactions in the next 6 to 12 months, he said no. The reason why I asked is because they've been tightening down for reaction channels for a while now. And the thing about it is there's been changes, and I've been doing it for a little over a year. There's been changes, and of course, let's come back.
Yeah, we have to come back. If that note's in it, you have to come back when it's open and get it because it means it has to be signed for. And because usually, if not, they put them in these parcel lockers. All right, go ahead.
There's been changes.
I just went in there with my socks on and no shoes. Oh.
There's been changes in the way we kind of got to do reactions. There's a reason why I kind of shifted away from doing music. Now they've got it to where if somebody wants you to re-upload any of their content, which means even using it for reaction purposes, yeah, you're not going to be screwed. Right now, it's not very well known. Give it 6 months. It takes a minute for things like this to be adopted wholesale. First forums are going to take and adopt stuff like this. Going to be places like BBC, mid-sized channels. I don't see a lot of compilation channels taking and doing that because most of them rely on reactions to take and get even more viewage. So but you're going to see a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the comedians start doing it. Just, it's going to take and change things massively. Like, there's a reason why the video, Victoria Wood video, I had to download the link. You're probably going to start seeing me do that a lot more often, just for the simple fact of the matter being, the only way you can view it.
Those cards are kind of... All right.
So, I see in 6 to 12 months having to add a ton more original content within the scope of reaction to take and actually properly use it under fair use, to where you have skits, you have stuff that you add into it, whether it be graphical, whether it be animation wise, anything like that, to take and either parody, be satirical, or be a form of commentary or critique on what you're watching, for it to further, for it, number one, transform what you're viewing, but also fall within fair use, so it would serve dual purposes. So that's part of the stuff that I'm talking about with the channel changing and then morphing later on into taking and actually being more like a TV channel, watching a TV show almost. And it kind of is weird to take and think about that as a way of watching a reaction. But to be honest with you, going forward, because even a lot of the channels that I watched that inspired me to do reactions. Huh?
I said we're definitely going to pass my work because we would have turned. All right, go ahead.
But even the channels that inspired me to take and do reactions, a lot of them are looking at TikTok type stuff, scary stories, and other type stuff. And they're not even looking at music, or it's not even if they do, it's only because the artist has reached out to them. So, yeah, it's so expect the reaction landscape to change here in the next 6-12 months.
No, it's my question because you took 20 hours to answer that.
Sorry. Okay, so is there anything other than the t-shirt business that you plan on doing?
Going back to school.
For?
Accounting. I was already in school for accounting and took a break. And the reason I went for accounting is because I love numbers and money and everything that has to do with accounting. Until I took the classes and realized it's hard as shit. However, it was hard because it's hard to be a working mother and to come home, have kids, and do everything and try to do classwork. By the time you get home, it's a lot. So,
but even with me helping together, it's still a lot. That's the thing.
I was taking at summer, I think I messed myself up because for summer I took 6 classes on top of each other. 6 classes.
And that's working from 8 in the morning till
but that's
5
with
o'clock in the
working
afternoon.
from 8 to 5 and on top of 6 classes. And I had to drop all of my classes, and now I'm about to get back into my accounting because I want to be a tax accountant. Which kind of leads into why I got my job originally, because it has to do with accounting. And some of my classes were easier because I was already working and already had a concept down of a lot of it. Some of the classes are a lot harder because they teach you, a lot of stuff is computerized these days with accounting.
Yeah.
But they still have to teach you manual accounting because computer systems fail, systems go crash, everything like that. So you have to know how to be able to keep ledgers accurately. I was also taking bookkeeping. I wasn't just doing tax accounting, I was doing bookkeeping, payroll. It was like 4 different things. It was 3 certificated programs and my degree on top of each other. So I was trying to do all of that plus work plus be a mom and wife. So I would really like to get back to my classes and trying to do that as well. But my eventual thing is wanting to do storefront and everything like that. I have a bunch of goals. I also am working on my YouTube channel. Maybe not as much as I need to. But that's because I have problems with my capture card and wanting to capture everything and trying to be able to capture when we play with everybody, trying to capture everybody's voice, so I don't want to sound like I am talking to myself, because I'm not very good at that. So, what's your favorite food?
Fat boy likes to eat, so that's a hard fucking question. Favorite type of food?
Favorite food? Well, yeah, I mean, that works too.
I was gonna say, I mean, my favorite dish ever, you know this because I've told you, is it's fried soft shell crab with grits, bacon, sunny side up eggs, and sausage. That's my favorite food ever. But like favorite type of food would be like, I don't know, probably Italian.
Favorite color?
Blue.
I already knew that, but that was a good question. I mean, it was just a little personal, so that's why I asked it.
Mm-hmm.
How many children do you have?
4. Technically 5, but took and lost summer due to So, Erica's my 3rd wife. My 2nd wife, pregnant with a kid. She was 7 months pregnant. Involved in a car accident. We were passengers, both sitting in the back seat. And we hit a pine tree doing. Fuck, I don't even want to go this way now that I'm talking about this shit.
I didn't.
45 miles an hour head on. Wind up losing the baby. So it would be 5, but we got 4, all girls. Everybody keeps asking, "You gonna try for a little boy?" Fuck no. 5 girls.
If he does, it's with another wife, because this wife, her tubes are tied, and I don't want any more children. Told my doctor she was financially responsible for any children that I have after.
Tag, you're it. I'll have the pink M&M for the rest of my life. Thank you very much.
And that is actually my job right there, with all the equipment. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're it. 3rd time's a charm. I don't want no more kids. I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah, so we have Hannah just graduated. Kirsten is going into high school. Zoe is going into 4th grade. And Kendall is going to 3rd. Okay, ask me a question.
Shit. Give me a second. I'm trying to think. So, would you want to move to the UK?
I want to move to Scotland.
Well, it's part of the UK. So.
I know, but I want to move to Scotland because that's the one place you told me we can't move to. You want to move to Wales, I want to move to Scotland. So
I didn't say we couldn't move there. I just said
you said,
open up possibilities.
Yes, and I opened up my possibilities and said Scotland.
That's the only country you gave.
I said Scotland. No, I didn't. I said Ireland.
Well, you got Northern Ireland and Ireland.
Okay.
It said Northern Ireland is part of the UK. It's the reason why.
Okay. But you can't say that I didn't say another place, because I said Scotland.
Northern Ireland, okay.
And Ireland. And you shot me down and said, how about Wales? You said, well, we can visit.
I said, whenever we go over there, I was like, we need to take it at least, keep options open and take a look. Scotland.
Yeah, I did.
What the fuck?
But because Scotland is gorgeous. And
the whole UK is gorgeous. Have you not seen the pictures?
Yes, it is.
Subscribers have been sending me?
It is.
Jesus Christ.
I have looked at all of them. However, have you ever heard a Scottish guy talk? Good Lord! Woohoo! Jesus, slow stop.
You want to go for panty dropping fucking accents? You fucking asshole. Jesus Christ. Y'all see what the fuck I deal with on a daily basis too. Shithead.
the Scottish accent.
That's fine. Just realize the Scottish women, their accent is just as lovely. Ever heard a Scottish woman talk?
Nope, because I only listen to the men. What? That was a good one.
You're a dick.
Yeah,
Just
I know.
saying, you're a dick.
I know. Next question. Why not Scotland?
I said we couldn't move to Scotland. I said once we go over there for that month-long visit, that's one of the things we're going to be doing. Is we're just going to be scouting places they can possibly move to over there. So anywhere in Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland is up for fucking.
To be honest, I just want to live on farmland.
We're not having a fucking farm.
Yeah, we are, and I want sheep.
Then there's no reason to take and talk about moving back to the U.S. because you can't just leave a fucking farm. What the fuck?
I said I would leave it.
If
you got me all the animals I wanted for it, I would never have to leave it.
So, sheep and alpaca.
Yes.
All right.
And goats.
And goats. Excuse me.
Maybe some llamas. I'm debating on the llamas. If I had the alpacas are kind of prettier, but I like both of them. Oh, and I need some bulls.
Some what?
Some bulls.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And some cows. But I don't want regular cows. I want mini cows.
You know, Dr. Pole is over here in the U.S. and not over there, right? Just throwing that out there.
I could probably find a Dr. Pole over there.
Very true.
He's not from here.
Yes, I know.
So, I mean, there's that. I mean, I'm sure. Anyways. So, ask me a question.
Why alpacas? God damn it.
Because they're gorgeous. And I'm also a crocheter. And their wool can be woven into yarn. So, I mean, they serve a purpose.
Dual purpose.
Yeah, so, I have them because they're beautiful and I want them. And I have them because I can make wool yarn out of it.
How do they taste?
I would never eat them.
They taste good with a curry?
You know what? Fuck you. You don't. Are my chickens aren't even being ate? You know why my chickens aren't being ate? Because
they fucking eat us first.
Because they're shithead chickens, and I love them. I couldn't have a meat farm because I fall in love with the animals because I'm an animal lover.
It's not gonna be a meat farm. Not all of the animals are gonna be for meat.
Yeah, I know. And everybody's like, "Oh, you want some pigs because you want to?" No, because then I'll fall in love with the pigs, and then somebody would go to hurt my pig or butcher it, and I would be sad and heartbroken because I done named it and loved it. Once I name an animal, it's done. It's done.
Well, that's fine. One of his 40 piglets you could name and love on it too.
And I would name all 40 of them bitches. We named every chicken. Yeah. Chicken nugget, dragon nugget.
But the raccoons got them.
Yeah, okay, except those 3. And then the other cats won't even mess with them because they peck them on the head. Because they're mean. And then they run up to you because they love you. And it's like, I missed you. And then they waddle run over to you because they love you. Because you know why? Because I love them. Why don't you want a farm?
It's too much goddamn work.
I didn't say you had to work my
I
farm.
don't want to take and look. I love animals, but that's too many damn animals. That's too much aggravation, man.
Oh, how many animals do we have?
Too many. We got 3 fucking cats, 2 dogs, 3 chickens,
A bunny rabbit.
a bunny rabbit, 4 birds.
Is that all of our animals?
Depends, including the 4.
We get asked about Storm a lot. Or you do, and I always answer them. I always usually answer this stuff about Storm. If I see somebody, Storm is growing. He is spoiled, rotten. He is in the biting everything and everybody stage. He is very rotten.
He follows the 7-year-old around. That's her buddy.
Yeah, so I was playing and acting like that I was spanking her to see what he would do. And he tried to bite me. He did bite me. But he is very protective over the children. He is thinks that he has to be with me constantly. If I'm on the bed, he barks until I pick him up and put him up there with me because he thinks that that's our ritual.
Which he wasn't worried about that the last couple of nights because he's been there with Kendall.
Yeah. So he is very rotten, very spoiled, very big. He's getting huge. He's almost triple the size that he was when we got him. And he's beautiful. And I love him to death. I love his spoiled little rotten self. I love him.
He's handsome.
He's gorgeous, and we still have not done the DNA testing on him yet.
Yeah, we need to.
And I'm gonna guess that he is most likely Scottish Terrier mixed with something. I know it's Terrier, but the way his face is shaped, he looks like a Scottish Terrier. But we'll figure that out when we do the DNA testing. Okay, next question. This is probably going to be the last set because my phone's on 20% and it keeps popping because people keep commenting on the pictures from graduation.
Alright, so.
Do we need some Dollar General?
Yes, need that sty medication anyways.
Yes, okay, so go ahead.
So, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Married to a Scottish guy. Scottish.
Fucking push you out of a moving vehicle. Asshole.
I don't know. I really don't. Hopefully.
Well, we'll still be married, so where are we going to be apparently? Fucking asshole. Jesus Christ. I don't know. What the fuck kind of answer is that shit?
Maybe in Scotland on a farm.
That's a good answer. Maybe in Scotland on a farm.
Pet my alpacas and crocheting stuff.
That's cool. You have a knitting channel or something.
Well, I do want to work on my channel. I do want to work on my channel. Maybe 5 years from now, my channel will be blowing up.
Put more work into it.
Because I like to game, but I only like to game. I shouldn't have made it a gaming channel. I should have made it a Call of Duty channel, seeing as that is about the only game I like. But I'm not great at it. I'm not perfect at it. I cuss it more than I play it.
Which the Rage Gaming is one of the more
yeah, but
popular segments of the gaming.
Well, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I actually plan on a few YouTube channels. I'm Avid. What is that word? Yeah, right.
Avid.
Yes, that one. Shein.
No, you're Avid Shein.
Shein. It's Shein.
I don't give a fuck.
I always call it Shein.
It's Shein.
I always call it Shein. But apparently I've been pronouncing it wrong. It's called Shein.
Yeah, just because they can't pronounce
anyways, my whole closet is that. So, I want to do unboxings because I buy so much of that their clothes, like not even just their clothes. I just started buying their makeup and other stuff.
Luckily, they have payment plans. Otherwise, we'd be destitute and living under a bridge in a cardboard box.
I'd be prostituting you out for my Shein clothes.
You wouldn't get no money.
I might. I'm a hell of a pimp. I should know that. It should have been one of the questions you asked me.
Anyways.
Yeah, anyways, we're at Dollar General. That's enough questions for today.
Yep.
Because they're probably crappy questions anyways.